Okay, so video 7 and 2 weeks to go until the deadline. So feeling a little stressed, a little bit run down at the minute, stressing I'm not going to get it done. There's certain aspects that are not working. My navigation's not linked fully. So yeah, having a bit of a panic at the minute. But trying to sort of stay as calm as I can. I don't want to make myself ill. Right before deadlines, I haven't really got the time to be ill, to be honest. So, yeah, a little bit stressed, but try not to worry too much about what's going on. Yeah. So, last week, I spoke sort of around the learning theories, cognitivism, constructivism, and the learning styles when it comes to Flash. I don't think that needs to be covered again. It's the same sort of things every week that we're doing. So getting on doing, got the guidance if we need it, whether this be the tutorials via Colette or via even YouTube videos. So I can also say YouTube videos have been a bit of a godsend when it comes to just clarifying certain things or just clarifying a bit of code or something. Yeah, really useful tips there. So this week I didn't have too much to talk about in regards to theory, as now it's just me basically finishing off my pages, making sure my links work, making sure my videos are in and in a decent enough quality. So the only thing that I did really look at this week was the actual use of Flash in teaching. And I found a little quote from the Macrame white paper in 2004, which is cited in an innovativeict.net website. And it actually quotes that students want an education that serves their needs. For many, that means an education that's convenient, accessible, and most importantly, relevant. And I think using something like Flash can be quite like fun and up to date. Everything on there is relevant, convenient, easily accessible if they have it there. Want to get navigation running, the access is quite easy. It'll be there for them to just run straight from the SWF files rather than the Flash itself. So yeah, that was the little bit of theory that I looked up onto this week. In regards to the actual Flash, I have, on a positive note, managed to fix my navigation with a bit of help from my peers and also a lot of help from Colette. What it was is when I was running my navigation buttons, the code itself was absolutely fine, no problems there. But it was sort of loading up one content, not unloading the other. So I thought this might be at first that I simply hadn't got an unload content in. So I put that in. All that was doing is doing the same thing, but it just meant when you clicked anywhere on the page, it flicked between the two. So that wasn't the issue there. What it was is that on my Flash, I haven't as such got a background. I've just coloured the stage in and just put a banner over the top. So when it was navigating to each, it wasn't like finding anything. There was no background there for it to pick up. It was just seeing the stage, so therefore not unloading the content. So what I had to end up doing was drawing a box over each of the pages that I've made in the same colour as the background. So it was just the same colour, but there was no outline to it. Did that on every page. When I ran it, I found that this actually worked. So positive thing there, managed to get that sorted. Taken the unload content bit out. I thought I needed that at first because this was the same code we used for Oddbox. The code's exactly the same apart from I've used buttons instead of movie clips. However, when I have got the unload content in, like I said, when you're clicking anywhere on the page, it's flicking you back, and that's not what I want at all. For example, like on my jigsaw page, I can't be having when they click it's flicking them back. need to be on that page to drag and drop the different pieces. So what I did there was took out that, and it worked absolutely fine, no problems there. And I think now, looking back, hindsight, that that was actually one of my problems on my coursework 1. That because I had the unload content in and I had a video embedded in, that the video kept on playing, and this was because you couldn't actually click on it to stop it. And I should have really had like the same code still, but put a button on my page 1 to flick back to the home page instead of it being just when you click. So yeah, hindsight, wonderful thing, but never mind, I was still happy with both pieces, and I'm glad I've actually got my navigation working now, so that's all good. Another thing I did was went through and made sure all of my stage size was exactly the same. I knew that the stage itself was the same on every page, 1050 by 950. I knew that for a fact. What it was is the banner at the top wasn't always the same, and that was my original thought as to why it wasn't unloading the content. So went through, made sure all those were the same, the X, the Y coordinates, the height and the width. Made sure they were all exactly the same. Again, keeping informed with consistency rules. So that's all done and sorted now. A few more pages to create, and then add obviously my navigation buttons on each. Been faffing around with my videos again this week. Actual videos themselves are created, that's fine, no problem. I've put them into Premiere Pro, I've had a play around. I've managed to cut out the green screen, but not always the walls beside. I think I talked about this in the other videos. What my problem is now is when I've imported either 1 or 2 of them, I've come up really small. Why it's done this, I have no idea, because my other 3 videos worked perfectly fine, so I have no idea why it's done that. So I'm not too worried, as I have like the 4 videos, and I'm in them, I'm talking, I'm dressed up, content's relevant, I'm pointing to things on the screen. So as long as I'm there and doing what's been asked, I'm not too worried, and I'm hoping it shouldn't affect the marks too much really. But did end up having to have a bit of a faff around with that for a while. Keep putting it back into Premiere Pro, keep exporting it, converting it to a Flash file, and I had to keep doing this every time, so I was getting a little bit stressed with Premiere Pro this week, but done it in the end. The videos are in, they're in the Flash, they are working. I've changed all the settings so it doesn't play automatically now, they play it when the student presses. Again, like I said with the other box, if they want to come off the page, they then need to pause the video first, so it's not keeps playing while they run to the next page. But other than that, yeah, I'm quite happy with the videos now. I'm in them, I'm talking, so yeah, they're gonna stay as they are. I'm quite happy with the way they've come out, so yeah, not much more to say on that. So main aim for this last up and coming week: get my pages finished, make sure all my navigations are linking properly, all my SWF files are all linked properly, and then it's on to double checking the portfolio, which I haven't really properly looked at in some time. So yeah, main task this week: finish the Flash, make sure navigation's linked and up to date, try and fix this quiz. If I can't, then it's just something I'm gonna have to deal with. The rest of the Flash itself works, so we'll go from there. And then yeah, as I say, browsing back up on ePortfolio and making sure all my videos are linked. So we'll see what this week has to come.